Hey, everybody!
It's Banderhoptober.
Can you hear us? How do we sound?
It's Banderhoptober.
That means it's October, and we celebrate Banderhobs.
It's Banderhoptober.
Banderhoptober.
I'm trying so hard not to scream and overload the microphone, but
Please
you
don't.
know how jazzed I am. Hang on just a minute. It's Banderhoptober! I did it.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jerry. Welcome.
Thanks, Jerry. Glad you're here.
We saw a really nice Spud Club painting contest challenge entry from somebody.
From Jer Bear. Thanks, Jer.
You're good. Cool. Okay. So everybody, of course, welcome to the stream. I'm Eric.
I'm Julie.
And we're FryMinis. So we've got two things mainly that we want to accomplish today. Three. Let's say three things. One, we want to do a quick hit on Banderhoptober. Two, we want to talk about some cool minis that we've got and a service that they have. And then three, we want to actually paint up those minis. And I think they're really cool, and I can't wait. And if you want a spoiler alert, you can check out the description of the video. We've got links, including a special FryMinis discount code.
Ooh, I love discount codes.
I also love discount codes. Okay, so I know Banderhoptober, we just said it's fun, and we talk about Banderhops, but what specifically does that mean?
Banderhoptober is the best holiday all year long, and I mean that even though Thanksgiving is actually my favorite holiday because it's food focused, but this one is Banderhop focused. What is a Banderhop? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you asked. It's a monster in Dungeons & Dragons that is summoned by hags, usually to complete a single task. And then they, which is often unfortunately kidnapping children, and then they like disappear into a pile of goo. But in my lore, they don't do that. They're vegetarian. They enjoy bread and cheese and organic vegetables that they harvest. And they're just gentle protectors of the forest. No kidnapping, no hag summoning. They start as tadpoles just like any other frog type creature. And they live long and happy lives. And they probably never die. That's my version of a Banderhob.
Hey, Rivers.
Hey, Rivers. Glad you're here. So, I love Banderhop so much that we made Banderhoptober a special FryMinis holiday that hopefully will take over the world quite soon. And what's it all about? One, join us on Discord where you can post Banderhop fan art, which is just any cute frog that you find on the internet, and I will probably cry happy tears about it. Two, in the Banderhop general channel on Discord, you can just talk about Banderhops. What do you want to talk about? I'm here. I want to listen, and I want to talk about them too. And I'll probably squeal a lot. As previously demonstrated, hold on. That's what I like to do whenever someone posts in the Banderhop channels.
It's true.
Item 3. Every month, FryMinis does a Spud Club painting challenge. SPC.
SCPC.
That one. And we do that, and there's a different theme every month. And can you guess what October's theme is? That's right, it's Banderhobs. Banderhoptober. All you have to do is paint a mini that is frog-like. It doesn't have to be a specific Banderhob mini, but a frog-like mini, and submit it to the painting challenge. We're super jazzed about it. There are two different categories. If you're a patron, you can submit to the patron category, and you can win money. Premium category, and you can win money. If you're not a patron, we still welcome it because I won't squeal again, but you know what I'm going to do if you submit a Banderhob. And you can win free PDFs from FryMinis.com/shop, where Eric has a bunch of different homebrew, including they're already posted a bunch of Banderhob-related things that are all free. But there are paid PDFs on there, too, that are really, really awesome. So submit a mini to the painting challenge. I don't care if you've never painted a mini before. I don't care if you're an amazing painter. I want to see them.
Yeah. So those PDFs she's talking about, I'm really happy with them.
Yes.
We have the Banderborn, which is like a playable Banderhob race. We have the Path of the Banderhob Barbarian. We have items of the Banderhob, so a bunch of Banderhob themed items, including like there's a little bit of hag stuff in there. And I'm really happy with those items. And our newest one this year, because this is our second Banderhoptober.
It is.
Is the College of the Swamp Song Bard.
It's really sweet.
You can sing and you can summon like a little bit of swamp. And if you want to burn one of your bardic inspirations when you do it, you can put darkness in that little area too. And then you can see through it. I think it's really fun.
It is really fun. Hi, Dungeoneers Pack. So glad you're here, Josh. Perfect emoji.
Welcome.
It's a frog. Because
Yeah.
of course it is.
Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit.
So, what does a painting submission look like for Banderhoptober? Great question. We recently attended ReaperCon and I submitted my first mini for a diorama. Can you guess what it was? I'll wait. That's right, it was a Banderhob. So,
Bum, bum, bum,
bum, bum, bum.
Boink.
Do you have to do anything this elaborate? No, I just painted the diorama. So this is the regular old WizKids Banderhob. It's a perfect mini. We had several submissions of this exact mini last year. They're welcome. You don't get points for having like a different kind of, I mean, you get like love points. But anyway, I want to see as many of these as you have. Also other FryMinis, also other Banderhob sculpts. I just want to be Banderhob's the channel. Okay. This is my fantasy land of a Banderhob. So you can see that this one's purple and pink. I just wanted to do it that color. I just thought it would be fun.
Look how good she did. Isn't this amazing?
Thank you. This is the longest I've ever spent on a mini, and it shows. So I got this little base from Michael's, and I made this ground with huge miniatures basing, I believe, mud, and then some little decorative. These are the little plants that it just got finished planting. And then this is springtime, of course, when you're planting things in the middle of the rototilled forest that they did. I don't speak garden. But my little story is that my Banderhob spends the winter months just like in their little cabin, and this winter their project was making the perfect croissant.
Julie made these.
I did. I made them out of air foam, air dry clay, Crayola Model Magic. So this Banderhob, again, does not eat children. It eats croissants and cheese. And then when its vegetables come, it'll eat, of course, all of its organic produce, and then I'm sure it pickles in the winter as well. Just really living off the land and being like a gentle protector of the forest.
And not only does this look awesome, it's award-winning.
It's bronze award-winning.
Julie won an award. What do you mean bronze? Just bronze? I've only ever won bronze.
I'm just saying it's bronze award-winning. I'm just saying that's a bronze, not a gold, for anybody who would be confused. It's a bronze.
Yeah. Julie did a wonderful job.
The important thing is I put a lot of heart into it, and that's really what matters for Banderhoptober. Putting your heart into a frog, because they're very special creatures.
Literally.
Yeah, it's like Build-A-Bear, but with your own actual heart. The last thing that I want to show, even though Eric switched the camera away and he's going to put it back, this is the greatest frog mini of all time. It's a grung from the special grung pack, and this one makes me cry usually, but I'm going to keep it together because it's just making a basket and helping out its community.
And grung are like evil. They're supposed to be evil, but this one cares about his family.
Yeah, it's just putting together baskets, maybe to keep tadpoles safe, or maybe to put fish in to sell at the market.
Human heads.
I don't care. It's just a gentle craftsperson.
Real quick, chat. Hi, it's me. You have a gargantuan white dragon behind you when you paint. Yeah, so actually, I already responded to you. I posted a link in here. Watch out. I think I've got it still copy-pasted. But I did a whole painting video about it. Yeah. So go check that out after the stream. And I did a whole walkthrough of how I painted it. So thanks for noticing. Jerry says, wow, clappy clap, looks great.
Thanks, Jerry.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Dungeoneers Pack, I love the Grimace Barney purple.
Thank you. That was a coincidence, but a happy one. A happy little accident.
I think it looked awesome.
Thank you so much. So, Banderhoptober. How else can you celebrate it? We've already talked about Discord. We've talked about the Spud Club Painting Challenge. What else can you do? Just love Banderhops. You know what I mean? Maybe like set out a worm for a frog to eat, an IRL frog. Maybe every time I eat a ham sandwich, I have to send $100 to a pig. So that's from Bob's Burgers.
Oh.
Anyway, don't eat frog legs for the month of October if you can help it. I
Or
don't know.
eat more frog legs. Maybe that's how they stay afloat.
Whatever you feel is right in your heart is probably accurate, and the Banderhop spirit speaking to you. So again, happy Banderhoptober. We're going to be celebrating all month long.
Yeah.
I don't know how, mostly just screaming about Banderhops.
Yeah, join us at discord.gg/FryMinis and come hang out. And again, of course, FryMinis.com. And then you can click right there. You've got all of our new PDFs. And if you click on the shop, you can see the Banderhob ones in particular. And of course, if you just click on the free filter, you can see all of the free PDFs.
Yeah.
If you want to buy stuff, great, cool. But just check out the free stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine. And then, of course, at FryMinis.com/SCPC or at FryMinis.com, just click on the painting contest thing up top and check out check out our entries. I haven't judged September because today's the 1st.
Of course.
Normally, I would actually be doing that right now, but
We're busy.
we're busy. We got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so real quick, while Julie's still here, we've got a new friend.
We do.
We made a new friend. If anybody has a 3D printer, there's a good chance you've heard of My Mini Factory. And I want to be very clear here. This is not sponsored. They sent us some minis, and they gave us a discount code to give to all of you. But there's been no like money exchange kind of stuff here. So My Mini Factory, you can go and you can download like 3D printer files and print them out at home, which would be cool if we had a 3D printer.
Which we don't, and we don't need one, so don't worry about it.
So that's like their main business, right? But they've got this new thing called Only Games. It's Only-Games. I've got a link in the description. And they send you those minis. So you can get printed, like, I don't know if it's all minis, but it's like it's thousands and thousands and thousands of minis. And you can get them printed and mailed to you.
Convenient.
I think it's really cool.
Saves you the hassle of buying a 3D printer, too.
And they're working on some new technology. So if you have Hero Forge, which does like the color print,
I've got one and it's awesome.
Guess who else can do that now? So they didn't send us those.
And that's okay, because we're a painting channel.
Yeah, but I mean, this is our first time with them, so
absolutely.
And I think those are a little more expensive.
I would hope so. So
they sent us some minis. We didn't get to pick the minis, but I'm going to show you here. Check this out. So this is what it looks like. And so this is only-games.co. So it's in the UK. Oh. But they have global shipping and everything like that. So they sent us this pharaoh kind of thing. And then this cool like barbarian lady. So she has a base and he doesn't. But that's fine. And then here's what the back looks like.
Something simple.
I did open them to like take a look at them. So that's one of my hairs. They did not ship us a hair. But they put it with this like wood. Raffia. And so it's pretty neat. And so that's what we're going to do today is we're going to paint. I think we're going to start with her.
Sure.
But we'll probably prime them both together.
Yeah, may as well.
And so we're going to paint her up and see how it goes. I was really impressed with the detail, and we'll open this up here in just a second and go through it. But I was really, really impressed with the quality at first blush.
I completely agree. The details are really nice, and I haven't seen a ton of like home painted 3 minis, but there aren't like painter lines in here. These are as high a quality as I've seen from any 3D painted stuff, and really detailed and really small. So I think they're fantastic, and I really like the detail on this pharaoh situation, mummy pharaoh kind of thing. Really cool.
Yeah, and for these particular minis, for exactly what we've got, I've got links in the description there too.
Perfect.
So if it's a mummy. I'm gonna click them. It's a Mummy King.
Oh.
From One Page Rules, and I know you can't see what I'm looking at. And then a Death Crown female from Archvillain Games.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so just to tell you, so the woman, if you get her, it's $6.27 for them to print it.
Yeah.
$6.
Yeah.
For super high quality mini.
Yeah.
I think is really, really great. And the Mummy King, he's a little more. He's $8.73, but it's so detailed and it's really sharp. So we've had people send us 3D printer stuff, right? And a lot of times, generally, it requires a lot of cleanup.
It does.
And I'm not like a cleanup person, so it's a little challenging. So I'm scraping and filing and trying to glue and then undo, and I don't super love that part. Part of mini stuff. But these and these are just medium-sized characters, so that might be a different situation if they're larger mini.
Sure.
But I have like zero cleanup on these.
Absolutely. And I know it would be easier if we did a lot of 3D printed minis and a lot of cleanup. We get better at it just like with painting. But to not even have to, especially for someone who doesn't have a lot of 3D printed stuff, love it. Love saving a step and not having to do much. You can just kind of open the mini, prime it maybe, and get to painting.
We will be priming. I've got the airbrush set up.
Oh.
I cleaned it out. We were able to.
I noticed it was clean.
You wanna see a teaser? If I can find the right, check this out. Boom, 3D camera.
Blammo.
3D printer. It's been a long day already. Airbrush camera.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so that is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna paint those up, celebrate Banderhobtober, and if people want to talk about, we can talk about the new D&D stuff, the new 1 D&D, the Bard and the Ranger.
Sure.
And the Rogue.
Uh-huh. I stay up to date on all the D&D news. I don't just come around for Banderhobtober.
So come check us out, FryMinis.com or discord.gg/FryMinis. Links in the description.
Come talk to me about Vanderhobs. Okay, great. I'm going to let Eric paint. I'll be in the chat in the next room, and I'll also be working because I'm an excellent multitasker. Don't tell my boss. Okay, thanks. See ya. Happy Vanderhobtober.
Cool. Okay, so the best part of the stream is now over, and we're down to just Eric mode. So sorry about that. We're using the standing desk today because I wanted to get the camera really close. So I think it'll be fun. Eric, is that a new Banderhop? This is actually from last year. This is usually a gym shirt. We haven't. So this is really going to be exciting. We were doing our shirts through back when we used Streamlabs, but then when we found out that Streamlabs was like not good, we stopped using Streamlabs. And then we want to put our shirts and stuff on the FryMinis.com/shop, which is Squarespace. But to do that, I need to get like a business ID, so that way we can get the integration with the website or whatever. But we don't. I mean, we're still just kind of us. So ultimately, we need to get downtown and do like FryMinis LLC or something. But until then, we are kind of in the middle of merch. So if you got it last year, good luck. Okay, so what are we doing? We're going to use wet palette today. It's the army painter one. You can see it a little bit. We're kind of bright. Okay, switch camera over top main. There we go. Get the mic out of the way. Okay. So let's start with the guy, with the mummified king. All right. So I'm going to do my best to keep my hair out of the way. So we're just going to crack this open. And I have not washed these or anything, but with the airbrush priming, we're usually okay. Get the trash can. I have a fancy gold trash can. We commissioned this Banderhob art from a super talented illustrator, Savasier. That's true. That is true. We did. We commissioned it. We paid for it. Everything. So that's why we use it everywhere. Okay. I think we're in focus. Does it look like we're in focus? We're in 4K mode on the camera. Savasier is amazing. Oh yeah, Dungeoneer's pack knows. Savvy. I've always said Savasier. I don't know if that's actually right. Really, really cool. We've got a little bit of kind of the I don't know the 3D printer terms, but a little bit of like banding in the cloak, but not dramatic or anything. I am very nervous about painting back there. That's a headache sometimes for me. Is doing a good job of like trying to get a brush stuck back there. That's something I'm always on the lookout for with minis. But otherwise, really, really crisp, really sharp. And you can see there are serrations on the blade. I don't know if that's supposed to be there, like the blade is serrated, or if those are relics from the print. But we're going to leave them there because I like them. Agreed, they've done awesome stuff for Dungeoneer's back too. Yep. Alright. Open up our other one. Trying not to get the raffia everywhere. I like the eco packaging of using wood, if that is wood. So she comes with a base, and we've got flat points so she can stand on it. With cool skulls. That's really nice. And yeah, I think she looks great. So it's not, she's not perfect. You know, she's got battle heels. You know, we don't love that. But they're not horrible, but no, we don't like those. And she definitely has a little bit of boob armor, but it's not absurd. So it's not great, but not horrible. Why doesn't Eric know what raffia is? When would Eric have used raffia? I guess is my question. But really good detail. I've got nothing I need to clean up on those. So I hope they all come like this. Really, really good work. And then, so how does she stand? So we've got a flat point here, and a flat point here. So if we put her boot up there and then boot here, then she stands perfectly. You would know what it is from grade school art class and from the 10 times I've told you about it. Okay, well, grade school art class in Michigan is go look at a cloud and consider that art. So we didn't all grow up in fancy pants, Illinois. Okay, so first, I think we're going to, I'm really torn, right? So if we glue her to the base first, then that's going to make it harder for us to get in there and paint on some of this. But I don't think it'll be too hard. So yeah, we're going to glue her down first. Anybody else celebrating Banderhobtober? I know our friend Brian from Game Masters had a video go up about 7 minutes ago. I'm not sure how long it was, but it shortly after our stream started, so it was unfortunate timing. Otherwise, I would have loved to have been there. All right, just a little dap of glue. And hold your breath. All right. And we'll wait for that to dry. That's how it goes. Is the music coming through? Last time our music was a little quieter than I had anticipated. Music is nice. Great. Thank you. And this guy, what are we gonna do? I'm not gonna put him on a base yet. We're gonna see what I can get away with him. Excuse me while I move this award-winning mini off my desk. A mini for Banderhob contest will be here in a few days. Do you know? Are you willing to share which mini you got? This is coffee, by the way. So a lot of people, you can use Banderhob minis, of course. Grung, Bullywug. There's a Pathfinder kind of frog. Boggard. Boggard is a lot of fun. This is a great mini. A little dusty. Just the way it's just running and jumping and just totally bananas is just, I love this mini. This is one of my favorite minis of all minis. This is the Leaping Boggard. And then you can use Slod. So these are a couple of Slod I've painted up before. You can get away with those. This thing, the Froghemoth, I would count it. Anything that's kind of froggy, swampy. It doesn't have to literally be a frog or a Banderhub. And the Nurglid, this is a critical role thing. This is like a Banderhub King or something. And then, of course, this is just the classic WizKids Banderhub. I love this wacky little guy. My mini for Banderhub contest will be here in a few days. Okay, yeah. It's a Etsy 3D printed. Ooh. So there are on Only Games. There are some frog. Actually, you know what? Here, while we wait for our glue to dry, check this out. We're gonna let's see if I don't mess it up. There we go. Check this out. So this is on Only Games, right? So this is the mummy that we've got. And then this is the Death Crown female. So this is the armored one that we're going to paint up. Julie says the WizKids one is how I fell in love with the Banderhobs because he's doing the moonwalking. I think it's funny. Yeah, so let's see exactly what we got. So I don't think, because Banderhob is not like a usable thing, and like I really shouldn't use it, but that's one of the reasons we never charge for Banderhob stuff. I don't know if that actually works, but that's our approach to it. So if we type frog, we got some cool options here. Let me zoom in a little bit. So this is on onlygames.co. This is the people who sent us these minis today. And if you do want to pick something up, you can use the link, the code in the link, and get 15% off. So like all of these, anything here would be awesome. I don't know. This is like a dragon thing. I don't even know. But check this out. Like this thing, look at that. That could be the high priest Banderhob. Saurian frog mage. So this one's a little bit pricier, right? This one's $36. Oh, and this is nice, right? So royalties paid to creator. This is a really cool thing with Only Games, is that if you put your minis on here, you get commission, and you actually get most. I think it's like 90% of the commission or something. It's really, really cool. Look at those jowls. Yeah, exactly. I think this is actually a Warhammer type thing. I think Jameson showed us something like that once. But all these, we like the fatter frog. Like this one. Look at this. This is perfect. Morg the Swatter, Swamp Folk. This is made by Bloodfield, or by Titan Forge. Look at that. That is fat frog, fat frog, fat frog. Oh, and it's got different attachment. Oh, those are just hands. Okay. And his mouth is screaming. Ah. So, oh, what do you say? Smiley with the bow. This one? This one? Yeah, I guess those are boggards. Pathman. Okay. I can hear from the other room. Right here. So, yeah, we clearly like happy, fun things. Silly style. This is, I guess, by Duncan Shadow. Great work, Duncan Shadow. Yeah, it's $6. High quality resin. Anthropomorphic frog. I am talking to our friends here if we can get like a collection, because otherwise I'll just build one on FryMinis.com. But I was thinking it'd be fun to have just like, here's a collection for each month Spud Club minis. Ooh, Frog Folk Chief. He's got a little belly. Frog Abomination. That'd be good. Oh, hey. These are our friends at Mammoth Games. They sent us. I actually painted this guy. check that out. I painted a bunch in a row to get through it. This was not my best job. Ooh, here we go. Toadmen. Yo, yeah. Oh, look at this. So this one, it's $20 and you get all 3 of these. And you get the actual minis, not the STL file. They print a mini and send it to you. Really, really cool. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, the tongue. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really, really good one. Eternity Watcher. Yeah, I mean, you could have a techno hob. All right, let's search for Toad. See if we get any difference. Oh, a mounted one. Some wicked battle toad, says Josh. Yeah. Look at this. Oh wow. So I mean, this is a big one, a very big one. So it's $100. Arcanum Workshop. These are all the pieces it comes in. I gotcha. So you do need to assemble a little bit. But is this huge? I bet this is huge. Oh, 360 view. Oh, that's neat. Oh, here, let me see the. Here we go. Can we zoom? Yes. All right. That's awesome. 100 millimeters. So that's probably huge, right? Oh no, slumbering toad? I don't know what that is. Tablet pen holder for your iPad? Old one. Oh my gosh. See, and this is like I really, really like WizKids minis, right? I like that they match the actual artwork. I like that you're getting like an official thing. I like Hero Forge, how customizable it is and how easy to use it is. I like Reaper because of how like goofy they get sometimes in like a fun way, and how their low cost options, just there's such a wide range that you get some really cool stuff. But there's just something special about 3D printed stuff, because that's just regular people making minis, like sculpting them, and you can do whatever you want. All you need to go do is learn ZBrush or whatever. And then you can just make a mini. You don't have to be a company, you don't have to do anything like that. It's really, really cool. And I think Only Games is cool. Pretty cool system. Cobra made. Good job. Ugh, Plague Toad? No. Uh-oh. Toad Ogre. Oh, this one's a little different, but I like it. Not my favorite one. Ooh, Rot Toads. Well, lots of really cool stuff on there. And then, of course, on My Mini Factory, you can get the STLs if you want to print things on your own. All right. I think that's neat. Okay, so how are we doing with our glue? We are sturdy, rock solid. Okay. So, what we're going to do, frog with a beard and a pearl bracelet. Yep. I'm going to switch over to the airbrush video camera. So I won't be able to, I'm just off screen. You won't be able to see me. You'll see my hands, but I won't be able to interact. I can't see the screen from there. So maybe if Julie's still listening, do you want to run over here And then keep an eye on the chat. If you're able to pause.
I'm back to talk about Vanderhobs.
All right. Okay. So you're not going to be on camera for this. Boink. Because we gotta switch over here.
Well, I'm here.
Yeah. People can still hear you.
Yeah. All right. Eric's going to airbrush, and I'm going to talk to you about Vanderhobs. Something really special that I think about Vanderhobs that I don't think he read out loud, I don't know, I was looking at a cat outside, is I just think that the WizKids one doing the moonwalk is really, really special. And I fell in love with that mini before I realized what the lore was behind Vanderhobs. And that's why I had to retroactively believe that they are only vegetarians. So there you have it. I can also narrate what Eric is doing over in the spray painting booth, the airbrushing booth, excuse me. He's giving a little bit of a spray tan, though, in the form of solid white primer. He really loves wearing black gloves while he spray paints, airbrushes rather. I'm going to keep messing that up. But that's his favorite way to do this is wearing a glove. And I appreciate that too, because he doesn't sit very still when I try to use nail polish remover on him. What's everybody doing today? What's everybody doing to celebrate Vanderhobtober?
Eating chicken?
We did eat chicken today, which some would call the frogs of the land. I've never actually eaten frog. Growing up, my sister's favorite animal was frogs. Mine was penguins. It later became octopuses, and now it is both octopuses and Vanderhops, of course. But we never ate frog because that, to my sister, would be like eating a kitten or a dog, which is also why I don't eat octopuses, which is why I now continue to not eat frogs. No judgment. That's just my story.
So my tip from my airbrush is not attached to the airbrush. So I'm going to dig down and see if it fell down. I don't know what happened. So you're back on camera.
We planned ahead for this stream. Don't even worry about it. We're a professional streaming organization. This is what we do, and we're really good at it. Vanderhobtober video coming from me sometime this month to celebrate. Thank you, Josh. I'm so excited. Oh, I had the pleasure of watching Game Master's video. Eric sometimes teases him because he films his videos in his car, and this one was no exception, which he kind of did in honor of Eric. And he's got a lovely preview of the different PDFs that Eric was talking about earlier that are up for free at FryMinis.com/shop. And he just talks about why he loves Vanderhobs, and I think that's awesome. I really like it. Oh my gosh. I love starting trends. I'm not an inherently cool person, believe it or not, but we, at one of my workplaces, because I love octopuses so much, my in-laws were kind enough to give a lot of octopus-themed jewelry to me, and my colleague at the time loved peacocks, so she had peacock-themed jewelry. So we started a trend of Animal Jewelry Friday. And then so more people could participate, we expanded it to Flora and Fauna Friday, where you were invited to wear plant or animal jewelry, accessories, etc. It was really an excuse to be able to comfortably, like in the presence of others, because we were doing it as friends and colleagues, wear some of the ostentatious jewelry and accessories that we had been given over the years. So I have this beautiful sparkly cuff that my in-laws gave me. That's just like an enormous octopus, and I loved getting to wear that to work without having like to explain it necessarily, because it was just part of the fun of Flora and Fauna Fridays. At my next office place, we were a little bit more food oriented, so we did Meatball Sub Fridays. Every other Friday, we went to find a different meatball sub in the city of Chicago to find the best one. The best one, in my experience, is at Fontano's in Little Italy. Carm's across the street is pretty good, but Fontano's has the best one. I like to get my meatball sub with mild giardiniera, not too much, and my preferred cheese is in fact mozzarella, but I'll take provolone as well. So anyway, celebrating things together in the spirit of friendliness and fun, the best.
Found it.
He found it.
It was in a cup because I was going to clean it, but I didn't clean it. But it's okay.
We'll talk about that later, I suppose. All right, trends, holidays, unofficial ones and official ones. I love them. Let's make more of them. Should they all be Vanderhob themed? I kind of think so, but I guess I can be flexible with it.
Well, what do you think about November's theme?
November's theme is one that I'm very passionate about because
Autumn leaves.
It's autumn leaves. Do you remember when Facebook first started and we had like fun like groups that you could join? Like I went to private school, or I went to public school, bad word. I particularly loved the group I will go slightly out of my way to step on a particularly crunchy looking leaf. I think about that all the time. So if you, the inventor, creator, founder of that group, are listening, thank you so much. You've stuck with me all these years later. That was 15 years ago, 17 years ago. So I'm thinking about you. I do love stepping on crunchy leaves, and fall leaves would be a fantastic thing to paint. What could you paint for that? I mean, another Banderhob, that's always an option. Just put a little leaf on its hat, or it could be sitting on a leaf, or it could be on a lily pad. I'll count it. A lily pad is like a leaf. It's just a little different and wetter usually. So that would be a fantastic thing to do. You could do, and I don't like this, but you could do one of those snakes that camouflages into the leaves really well. That's one of the many reasons that I don't like being in nature, because snakes could be literally anywhere and I don't want to die by nature's hand or fangs or plants. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a good way to go. And I have an anxiety disorder and it comes out in nature. So you could do one of those awful snakes though that you can't see. Eric sent me a picture in the last 2 weeks that was like, can you find the copperhead in this photo? And I absolutely couldn't. And he waited a couple seconds after I had read it just to say like, well, too late, you're dead. So you could do one of those snakes if you really wanted to. Other leaf creatures, I mean, you could technically just do something that's wearing a leaf-themed outfit, like a druid would be a good thing to do, or a particularly outdoorsy bard.
Yeah, any kind of fae stuff is what comes to my mind.
Oh, of course.
So, yeah, like centaurs and,
sure.
and like fall druids. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe druids have like a fire or something. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to switch the camera over, everybody. So Julie will still be here.
Apple cider druid.
Apple cider druid?
Well, like a druid that just like always smells of apple cider and like a warm fall campfire. I don't know how you would communicate the smell of apple cider through the painting contest, but you could just write it in the notes and I'd consider it.
Yeah, there is a note section.
There is a note section, so you can tell us a little story. We mentioned earlier, I had the pleasure of seeing the entries for September's painting contest. The theme was Eldritch Galaxy, and there were amazing entries, and one such entry made me cry because it was so cute. That happens to me a lot, and I will not apologize for it. Yes, I can see that you are pouring white paint into the paint cup. And your arm is the only thing in focus right now, but that's okay. We get the gist. There you go. Everything's going exactly as we planned, as discussed. Oh, but it's just not pouring out. Huh. Well, if our primer's dried up, we will go to plan B. But I don't think it's going to come to that point.
I keep it happening.
Also, if I sound a little funny and if that cough was a little gross, I really apologize. I had the absolute pleasure of visiting my sister and her 3 boys and my brother-in-law, who I love very much, but like, come on, sister. And they all gave me their common cold. And it was worth it. I would do it again, but I've been a little bit phlegmy lately. So you're welcome for that detail. All right.
Are you going to paint a Banderhob?
I do not plan to paint a Banderhob. I just finished painting that Banderhob for ReaperCon, which is the first weekend in September, and I'm a little bit painted out right now. I usually paint about once a year, and I've done my Banderhob for the year. So I'm all set. Also, obviously, it would be unfair for me to submit anything for Banderhobtober.
You don't have to submit.
Well, what am I going to paint if I'm not going to win an award? We were just talking about that.
All right, here we go.
Here he goes.
Does that look okay?
Yep, looks good. Ooh, look at that smooth application.
Oh, I forgot to put on my mask.
Well, you might have white in his lungs later. But maybe that'll keep away the common cold that I am trying not to share. So this airbrush has really revolutionized the way that Eric does painting. We often paint Reaper bones, which do not require primer, no matter what decimation says. And I only ever really prime minis when we're at ReaperCon, because otherwise we just wash them really well with soap and water and then put the paint right on them. I've never had the pleasure of using this airbrush, but it looks so much easier than brush-on primer and a lot faster, and I bet it dries better too. So next time I paint a mini, which again, TBD, I think I'll probably ask Eric to airbrush prime it.
Yeah.
It's looking good. It smells like paint in here. Yeah. So
here, hold on.
If we pass out, please call for help. Oh, okay.
Here comes the vent.
Now the vent is on. I hope that's some nice white noise. In addition to having a cold and being a little bit snotty, I haven't been able to hear for a little while. It just kind of comes and goes, and it sounds a little bit, as my ears are clogging and unclogging, like maybe there's someone tap dancing in my ear. So that's been a fun experience. As you can imagine, the last couple years I haven't gotten sick. We did unfortunately get COVID in May, despite being vaccinated and boosted at that time. But other than that, we haven't really left the house much. So being sick is an adventure, as I'm sure many of us are experiencing, especially anyone with kids going back to school, which is exactly how I got this cold. Worth it. You know, just priming. Especially with a mini this detailed and with this small of detail, I'm really glad that Eric is doing the airbrush primer instead of the paint-on primer. It could be because I just don't do it very often, but I worry that with paint-on primer, I'm losing some of the detail that I'd really like to have in my minis. When I'm doing Reaper bones, I tend to, like I said, I've only ever primed them at ReaperCon, but I do think that I might be losing some of the detail with the paint-on primer, which I don't do very often. Could be user error. I'm fine with that. But inherently, you're going to get a lighter, smoother coat. Hello again. I think Eric is done priming. Eric says he's done priming. By the way, do you like the Vanderhob eyes that he's wearing? I was going to make a second pair so that we could each be wearing one. But unfortunately, the headband I was going to use, I had previously, we did a one-off of Wild Beyond the Witchlight with our DM and friends that we usually play with. It was awesome. But I had made bunny ears for the occasion because we were all hair and gone. It was a one-off, hair and gone only Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And I made bunny ears and they were super cute. But as you can imagine, I don't keep many hair accessories around. Eric is airbrushing into water. Can you hear it?
Let's get the paint out.
I know what it is. I just didn't expect the sound, and it's kind of a lot. Anyway, I just cut the bunny ears off of the headband so that I could glue some Vanderhob eyes, because of course I only thought about doing this about an hour and a half before we started streaming. And in the process of cutting off the bunny ears, I noticed that the headband was a little wonky, so I was trying to just kind of flex it and adjust it, and it just snapped right in half. I bought it in a 3-pack from Amazon for like $1, so it had served its purpose and run its course. Where are the other headbands, you ask? One of them, I don't know, I bet it broke. And the other one has my furball ears. We, once per year, we haven't done it yet. Once per campaign, which is, we run campaigns for about a year, we like to dress up as our characters when we play, whether we're together or even if we're just being virtual. So for example, when I was a Goliath, I had just like a hat and a muscle tee, and then painted black lines on my face with some of that lipstick that football players use on their face. Eric bought some for me. I think it's just called grease paint, but it's in a lipstick container. I'm sorry, it's what?
Eye black.
It's called eye black. It was black lipstick grease paint. So anyway, I put some of that on my face. So that one wasn't the most creative. But when I was a furball, I wore my little felt furball ears and painted my nose pink. The pink nose was really the number one reason that I played a furball, because it was super cute. And it was a little bit different from what I had played before, which is always the goal. Right now I'm playing a Hexblood. So I guess I need an ornate, I could make it out of raffia if I wanted to, bone crown. And she's got long hair, which I don't usually have in my characters, but I'm not sure that it's worth the investment in a wig, to be honest. That looks great.
Do
have that time.
I'm torn
Yeah.
if we want to do black primer.
I would say no, because I think that'll be even harder to see the details on this stream. But
Well, the
you
white
decide.
blows it out.
Right, but black you won't be able to see either. I imagine the black would be harder. I defer to you.
What's nice about black is that it like acts like shadows.
Sure.
So if I miss something, let's go with white. I'm already there.
Fantastic. I'm back. But not for much longer. I'm going to step out again now that Eric is here. I'll be working in the other room.
Sweaty glove hand.
See you later.
Thanks.
You bet. Good luck. Have fun.
Yeah, hey everybody, I'm back. Congratulations. I am excited to see what you do. Bander Hobtober Dungeoneers pack. Let's see, how are we looking? Ooh. Okay. I think we're in for a long stream today. Last stream we did those Reaper super washes, and that was not super. It was not super. So we'll I think we'll be more successful today with our normal style. Okay. Switch back. So yeah. We're still waiting for the primer to dry a little bit, but that should be a-okay. So it's like a chill vibe day, I guess. We had some salad for dinner, or for lunch. We had the same salad for dinner too. Okay, so let's take a look at some paints. I grabbed just a pile of stuff, but of course we can grab other things. This is leftover from when we went to ReaperCon. Do we want to do contrast paints? I think we are going to do some contrast paints. All right, in the chat, what color should we go with the cloak? I'm inclined to kind of like a blue to keep her kind of like give hints of her being in like northern areas rather than just hell. But I'm open. Midnight blue cloak, okay. And then so for the armor, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put down some black gray contrast paints, and then we're gonna like do some highlighting and edging with like a silver, like an actual metallic. We're not doing this whole thing in non-metallic metal. I am not that cool. And then maybe we'll do like a gold axe or something. We'll figure that out. All right, so first we're gonna start with the skin though. Let me grab a color. hard. And we're going in. Right on that face. I think we're actually going to zoom in a little more. Right, does that look in focus? Oh, we've just got such a little shallow plane at this zoom. Mic out of the way. All right, can you still hear me? I think. Way back. Focus is okay, but everything, yeah, hopefully the shakiness stops here soon, if it hasn't already. Okay, so you see what I mean about the skin color? Like, I think that gives us a pretty nice base. And then, if we need to take it darker, we can. If we need to take it lighter, we can. All right. You're a little quiet. Yeah. Okay. Let me fix the mic. So, like I said earlier, this is a whole. We're trying a different setup. Okay. If we're leaning over, talking should be better, right? Wow, this is like the best video footage I've ever had of painting a mini. It makes me feel a little nervous. Like some people only like to show up on TV when they're in standard def. They don't want that full 4K. So if we're gonna do blue cape. What about a red shirt to go with a blue cape? I think that could be fun. Keep it classic. So we're shaking up our Blood Angels red. We're gonna try that. So remember, we're working up. So we've got our skin, and then your shirt, essentially is what we're going with. And then the armor. Alright. Pretty good focus. And again, what looks messy right now, don't worry about it. We're just putting down like that base. Although, I don't know, if you've never painted on camera, it is 100 times harder. Because A, of course, you got the pressure, right? But also, you're trying to keep stuff in frame, trying to keep your head out of frame. There's a lot going on. And you inevitably touch stuff because you can't really look as much as you'd like to. But that's okay. I'll clean it up. I am also a little rusty. I have not painted a lot in this last year. So don't expect perfection today. Trying to get in the back of his arms. And let's see. Does that leg look like it's wearing a leg plate? Or those sweatpants? We'll probably go with armor. Alright, so now this part will be a little tricky. We've got to get her collar, which is part of her shirt, I think. Alright. I know I'm blocking this at this point. Sometimes the little super details are just going to be. What I need to do is get another camera that I can go over the shoulder, and that will get us really the best quality angle. All right. Okay, her red shirt. I can hot glue my phone to your shoulder for another camera. Yeah. Sounds good. So it looks messy here, huh? Don't worry about that quite yet. I don't know. I kind of feel like she is wearing pants on her leg. That's okay. Okay, so we're gonna put down some. They look like cloth pants to me. Okay. So what color pants would she wear? She's got a red shirt, a dark blue cloak, just like brown pants. Not sure. Brown scent, brown pants. Okay, we've got a dark brown we'll use. All right, we're gonna use wildwood for these pants. You know, I think this has been the quietest stream chat we've had in a while. Which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. So, like, what's this? There's a raised bit. What is that? Literally painting the butt. It's the hard part. Again, that's what we were talking about. Getting under the cloak. Like, cloaks on minis always look cool. But for me, at least, they're horrible to paint. Oh, I think it's like a leg belt. Looking at the other side. Alright. Like, the armor has like a belt, like a attachment point around the leg, a strap. Is a strap the right word? I'm very quiet. Still? How about now? Is that better? I'm talking. Talking with my mouth. Singing a song about friendship. It is the sound of friendship. Much better. Okay. Alright. I think we've got all of our basing on our pants done. Yes. Okay. Alright. So now let's go paint some armor. And I see what you mean about the leg belt. Like her armor is attached to a leather strap that holds... Yes, makes sense. Okay. Uh-oh. We can drink a little paint. I see that we've got a little Discord activity. I have not watched Brian's video yet because we've been streaming this whole time. Although we had a delivery 20 minutes ago. Was there a delivery? Masks. Okay, so we are going to do her armor in Basilicanum Gray. I'm not sure if we're going to want to go all the way black, but I figure a wash will darken us up a little bit, so we're going to start with the gray. Okay, so remember, we're just putting those bases down, and then we're going to do cleanup. I guess we could have done the cloak first, but no big deal. With this angle, my mic is right here, so even that's getting in my way. One day I'll find a good stance for painting on camera. Trying to get all the bits. Alright, 1 second. We'll get this back on the screen. We should find some music that sounds like swamp music so we can have some Vanderhob songs. That is royalty free, of course. Too much. Too big of a blob. We can save it. We can always save it. So we'll probably come back and hit that with a different color. This armor has so many like raised edges that are really deep, so it's actually kind of too deep for the contrast paint to do its best work. And yeah, if you're a person who feels like you're cheating when you're using contrast paints, I don't think you're cheating, but I feel the same way that when I use them, so don't feel bad. This reminds me of a Death Knight from World of Warcraft. Cheating, that's just a shortcut. Wow, okay. I gotta move this mic. I don't know if that still works at all, but it is necessary right now. I am really happy with this model. Some of it's got a little tricky bit to get to paint, and I think that's one thing that's important for sculptors to keep in mind is the reality of painting the mini. So especially if you're just like a regular person using Hero Forge for the first time, and you intend to paint your mini, just think about the actual accessing of it. Getting behind it, getting in the corners, getting behind the cape. Any kind of weapon, like if your arm is like close to your body but not touching your body, it can be a challenge. So a lot of times when I do a Hero Forge mini, I actually bring the arm like to touch the body. Even though it might not be the coolest, it'll make it usable. Alright, I gotta get this glove. Again, this is Basilicanum Gray. I think it makes a great, just kind of a basic like plate armor look. And if you ever accidentally tag some paint onto a mini where you don't want to, if you're quick enough, just slap it with your finger. Get some of it off. Making sure I didn't miss any little spots. Doing our best. Alright, I think that's going to be good enough for now. For that armor. Before we start doing some accenting on it. Clean your brush. In your water, not in your coffee. Let's see. While we're waiting, let's do that hair. One sec. For the hair, we're going to just go black. We're going to use some contrast black Templar. So the Black Templar is kind of similar to the Basilicanum Gray. I think it's got a little bit of blue into it. Let me stop blocking the shot here. I mean, you can see the waves in the hair. This is excellent mini. Alright, I'm gonna zoom in here for a second. Bear with me. Zoom in with my eyeballs. Oh, she's got black hair. Cool. Great. Okay, so I think it's time to take a first pass on that cloak. So this is the part that's kind of scary for me because blue I'm going to use is kind of spicy. So Leviathan blue is very dark. It is a very dark blue. So midnight blue, as Julie put it. Looking really nice. I am cooking Babish's bolognese. So watching, but not at a keyboard anymore. Okay. Very excited to eat that. So Leviathan blue is... Midnight blue, I think, was a really good term for it. With how dark it is. So we're going to start out using, man, this is so, let me trim that up a little bit. So this is a cheap brush that is good for something like this. This particular one is really, you can't even see me. Itchy face today, y'all. It's allergy season. All right, here, check. You see how dark that is? So it looks like this is actually a second hood, maybe. No, it's just like a second cloak. Let's see if we can take care of that the right way. All right, so we're loading up. And I switched to a larger brush because this is the largest surface area. So I want to have nice, easy strokes. Which, as you can see, it's already not super successful. Wow, okay. Gonna go a little heavy here. There we go. It's getting us a little bit closer. All right, so we're going on in the back of the cloak. Under the legs. Very hard to get to. between the legs. All right. In like real life, this might work. Okay, we'll give that a shot. Oh no, I did miss a piece of her hair. It's okay. All right, so while we're still basing, we need to do this weapon. Oh, inner cloak. Let's get some Gore Grunta. So I really like Gore Grunta fur. It's a really great color. It's kind of this like orangey brown. So check this out. That looks good, right? That color. Just a nice looking brown. All right, so I think we're gonna give her the gold weapon. I think that's gonna be fun. So we're gonna do some yellow. That is a great brown. Thank you. All right, so we have Ayandan yellow. Ah, this brush just soaks up paint. That's wild. I like painting because you get to just zero in on it and forget about everything else for a minute that's going on. There's always a lot going on. But I definitely think I'm a better painter, and I think I have a little more fun not painting on the stream. Maybe if it was painting but not like camera up on the mini, I think it gets me in my head a little too much. I still have fun, don't get me wrong. Otherwise I wouldn't do it. I'm surprised you said something about this armor being almost too detailed for the contrast paints to do its thing. Can you expand on that? Yeah, so it wasn't detailed, it was deep. Let me finish this part real quick and I'll show you specifically what I mean. It's a good question though. There's a tiny gnat. And remember, right now, all we're really doing is just kind of base coating. Okay, so what do I mean by too deep? So specifically when I said it, I was referring to these sections on this leg armor. You see how deep? Like they're too deep and wide for the contrast paint to like operate. So with something like this, where we've got these little crevices, and that's when the contrast paint is able to like show off those kind of automatic highlights. But then this is just like, it's a valley instead of a hill. Or what, you know what I mean. That's what I meant by that. All right. And yeah, we'll put a little paint on the ground. So remember we said we're going for for her to be like in a cold hell, not a fire hell or whatever. So we're gonna gamble a little bit. We're gonna use some Space Wolves Gray, which will be kind of like a bluish gray, and we'll probably do dry brushing on here anyway. So this should work, but it might backfire and kill us all. Make sure you get all the paint out of your brush, especially with these cheapos. All right. Make sure I'm not blocking anything again. The Space Wolves Gray. There we go. Okay. We're working. One thing that's nice with this color is it's not too far off of the gray of the armor. So we don't need to worry about boots too much. And we got a little loose dark blue from the cape. But that'll all work together with this color. Getting in all those little crevasses. All right. And then we'll do, when we do dry brushing on this base, we'll bring in kind of like a cream or a light tan, and that'll give us back a little, pull us away from the blue, and just keep it in like that weird zone. All right, so if you wanted to, and this one, okay, here. One thing that we've talked about this a million times before, but if you're new here, there is I go with a rule of either a 3-foot rule or a 3-inch rule. Kind of how detailed does this mini need to be? If we're looking at a 3-foot mini, that's when you're playing on the table. If you're actually using this mini for D&D, and you're looking at it 3 feet away in the middle of the table, is it blocky color? It's easy to understand what everything is. It's like just a clear, like, oh, she's got black armor, a blue cloak, and a golden axe. Like, that's cool. That's good enough for your table. And most of the time, I'm painting for a 3-foot rule. And then the other side of that is the 3-inch rule. So that's more if you're looking for like art pieces. And of course you can use them to play. But if it's more something like you're going to enter it into a contest, although I want to be clear, FryMinis Spud Club Painting Challenge is a relatively low entry quality level. But that's the 3-inch. So that's when you're looking at like a super high end. I need to look at it at 3 inches away, and oh, look at that belt. Oh, there's the belt loop. Oh, the all that super detail. 3-inch versus 3-foot. I am generally going to go for 3-foot because I don't think I'm talented enough to always go for the 3-inch rule. Some minis are easier for me to do a 3-inch approach on than others. And I couldn't tell you what specifically those are, but it's one of those, you know, when you're painting it. So yeah, 3-foot, 3-inch. That's what that means. Okay, so we've got our basing done, our base coating done. I think we're looking pretty solid. Let's bring our look back. So again, this is just our base coating. So now we're gonna go and do a little bit of face work. But how long have we been going? Almost 2 hours. All right, I'm gonna take just a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Bear with me. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, thanks everybody. Believe it or not, but I do not have like a hose or a bag hooked up down here for pee. Still got to do it. I did come to smell the bolognese, but it wasn't quite smellable yet. Okay, so while we wait for that to completely dry before we go on, I just want to talk a little bit about this mini again. So we've been going for a while. So if you haven't already, check out the description in this video. This mini, and then we've got another one that's an undead. It's a really neat kind of mummy person. These are sent over to us by our friends at Only Games from My Mini Factory. My Mini Factory, that's where you can get STLs to print stage. What? What are you saying? I'm on the Mies stage? I don't know what you're saying. But okay, so My Mini Factory, and they've got a website called onlygames.co. You can go there and you can get 3D printed minis delivered to you, printed and sent out to you. So while, again, we're waiting for our paint to dry, which is always a hilarious situation to me. Let me switch over. All right, so check this out. So this is Only Games. And again, check out the description of the video. We've got a link. You got 15% off, although hilariously, they just are coincidentally running a 15% off site-wide sale. But I've got a link and everything in there, and theoretically my discount will keep working even once the sale's over. Ooh, these are kind of neat too, these gators. But so these are all minis, and you can get these sent to you. So that opens up a lot of opportunity to use non-standard minis. Mise en place. Okay, I know that word. I prepped my mirepoix and only started hearing the meat. So Julie is French, if you don't know, by the way, everybody. So the Dragon Trapper's Lodge, really cool minis. I've had quite a few Dragon Trapper Lodge minis submitted into the Spud Club Painting Challenge, which again, this month is Banderhobtober, where we're celebrating Banderhobs and all things that are kind of like froggy and toady and swampy. Oh, look at that turtle. That's a good turtle. I like these mushroom things. But I want to talk about this. Displacer Raptor. Wow. This is like a Displacer Beast Raptor. But it's got those little things on the head, like a Dilophosaurus. Is it a Dilophosaurus? I don't know every dinosaur. I used to. Really, really cool stuff here. Wow. But this one right here, I'm telling you, this, out of all the stuff we looked at today, Morg the Swatter might be my favorite one. He's got that big old mouth. Like, this is a mini that would be great for airbrushing. Wow. So check them out. That's onlygames.co. Again, description of the video has a link. And this is our Mummified King. This is the other mini that we have that we'll paint up later. Death, and then this is who we're painting right now. The Death Crown female. Archvillain Games. Oh, she has a cut on her face. If that cut is on here, I am unable to see it with my non-elf eyes. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's definitely cloth. So she is wearing pants. And that's one nice thing about looking at the pictures of the mini, is you can get a little more detail that you might have missed. And it looks like that... Oh, okay, so she's wearing a turtleneck. So she's wearing a turtleneck, and that collar is actually supposed to be armor. Interesting. I totally misread that then. Well, we'll have to fix that, I guess. Okay, so axe, boots. Oh, and she has cloth. Oh, man. Well, I think mine's just going to be a little more plated than this one. I've always thought it would be fun to have like to be able to digitally paint. Like, I know you get this mini, and you can, like, if you're the creator in your tool, I'm sure that there's some sort of like painting option. I've always thought it would be fun to paint digitally. Ah, her face is scratched up. Okay. 659 views. Well, we'll have to figure out how to... Oh, there we go. We can even leave a review on it. So they've got brushes too. Now we've got global shipping. $2. I'm impressed. And just to say it, this is not actually sponsored. They just sent the minis over and gave us our discount code. Cool. Okay. Well, great. I'm digging it. I am totally digging it. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to do cleanup on first? Let's I mean, top down, right? Let's do the face. All right, so now here's where we're going to put away the contrast paints and start using some actual paint, which is also going to be even harder to keep us on camera. Okay, so we wanted to go a little bit darker, right? All right, let me grab. Oh, maybe we have one here. All right. Yeah, I want to show you. So the office is a little messy. We've got a lot of stuff backed up. I'm not sure if this will work, but okay. So back here and across the whole wall. So behind this shelf, that's like a cut, like a made up hallway that goes to the door in this room. But on the whole actual wall behind the shelf, I've got this just wall of paint. So I'm going to grab a different brown for that. One sec. Still here. I'm just looking. Right. Okay, and so today, because we're actually going to be doing some painting, we've got our wet palette here. That is not super wet, but that's okay. And by the way, if you haven't already, please throw a like on here. That'd be helpful. If you like it, of course. If you don't, I don't blame you. Not everything is perfect. Okay, so how do we want to do this? So I'm going to mix up a little bit. We're going to mix some turkey brown and some desert tan. Is that the wet palette from Someplace Special? This is the wet palette from Army Painter. So this one I actually bought. But this is not the wet palette from ReaperCon. So we're putting in a little, too much brown. Doing a little bit of tan. And a drop of water. Mix those up. And this is going to give us that skin tone that we're looking for. All right. Let's see if we're able to do this. So you'll notice we have way more paint than we need, and that happens to me all the time. So before we get too dry, I'm going to find an edge of the paint that was still pretty wet on that wet palette and add a little more tan to lighten it up. course, think about just general, like I'm not going for specific lighting, but like your cheekbones, your forehead, those will usually be a little bit lighter from light. Oh, I think I smell onions. All right. Everything Eric knows about painting, he learned from my drag queen makeup tutorials. Truth. So we're just doing nice thin coats. All right, now before we get too far away, we want to do a little bit of eyeball. Because if we need to fix up the skin around it, we want to already have our paint ready. So we're going to put a little bit, shout out to Trixie Mattel. So we're going to put a little pure white, just a tiny little drop, even though I'm going to use more than I'll need. And this is one of the times that super small brush is pretty okay. And we just cross our fingers. I'm trying to keep us on camera here. All right, so now we're gonna put a little pupil on there. And then we'll do a little skin cleanup. And while we wait for that white to dry, which will be just a second, who are my favorite YouTubers? You're asking yourself? Who are my favorite YouTubers? Binging with Babish, Trixie Mattel, Jonathan Van Ness, Eric Fry, and Lisa Eldridge. Or FryMinis. Okay. Alright, so we have a 0.003 micron, and I don't know if this is cheating, but this is what we're doing. Okay. Is this purple? Oh, okay. Microns aren't cheating. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna come clean up a little bit of that eyeball. Oh man, her eyes are messed up. I'm so bad at eyeballs. Yeah, she looks a little messed up. I don't know. I mean, it's not horrible. No, it is bad. It's bad. Mirror, she looks amazing. I think it's the left eye. I just really need to fix that left eye. Alright, so we're bringing back a little bit of pupil. I don't want to mess up again, so I'm going to block the shot. For an hour of work. Thanks. Alright. Okay, again, I'm going to block a little bit, but it's okay right now. Alright. That looks good. Cleanup time. Don't fail me now. And bear with me. Out a little bit. All right, this is one of those things on the camera. It looks a little goofy. In person, it looks really good, I think. Trying to do a little cheek. Okay, I know I've just blocked a lot of that, but we'll all right, we're gonna go with that. That works for me. Okay. That's enough on that face. Holy cow. Here's the Banderhobtober, right? I do kind of wish we had a frog mini as one of these to paint. Combo that up, you know? Alright. So, 3 foot rule. That face looks great, right? Okay, so what do we want to do now? Let's I guess let's work on those pants. So let me find a brown that has nothing to do with skin color brown. Alright, we're gonna use leather brown. So this is leather brown, the paint. And we're just gonna do some highlights on those pants, give a little bit of texture. All right. Okay, so here we go. All we're doing is just a little bit. Trying to catch the raised bits. That was a little too leather brown. Hey, flutes. Leather brown is in this season. Leather brown is in every season, right? I think leather, I hope. Like a nice leather jacket or leather gloves, leather bag. We're mixing in a little bit of nut brown. I want to go a little darker. It's timeless, really, yeah. Good wallet. Okay, that's a little bit better. So now we can come in with our leather. Do a little bit of stippling. Okay, now we'll do some highlights on the red. And in keeping with seasonal, we're going to use Holly Berry. Which, yes, you heard that right. Oh, we have a clogged tip. We don't use that one enough, I guess. But you know what we do now. Find a pokey tool. Oh, sorry. Blocked it. Here we go. Pokey tool. We'll do it again. Right in the hole. Push it down. And clear out our passage. Hopefully. Speaking of Halle Berry, did anyone see Moonfall? What a film. Everybody saw Moonfall. It's amazing. It won every Oscar. Okay, so remembering now that this is just a turtleneck. Which is kind of weird. We're just doing a little highlighting in there. And just a little bit on the arms. Although this might not even... Usually Halle Berry's super bright. Might mix a little white into that. Just don't get pink. All right. And then while we've got our red out, we're going to use that same red on the cape, on this part of the cape. This part is pretty straight, just painting it. Oops. Mistakes happen, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll thin that out a little bit. Do a little bit of highlighting here. All right, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. The red part of the cape. This is looking really, really good. Thank you. All right, so our blue. Let's do some cape work. Back to the wall of paints, 1 second. I just think the video would be better with some kind of hair accessory. It's right there. Hair accessory. Okay, so we're gonna use two blues here. First, we're gonna use Ezrin blue, which is obviously pretty dark, and this is a Pathfinder paint. So I don't know what Ezrin is. If anybody knows Pathfinder stuff, can tell me what Ezrin is. That'd be cool. And then we're also going to use some Desert Sky. It's not in your hair accessorizing. I'm a Vanderhob, short and stout. Watch as I eat up all the children, not fruits and cheeses and breads. I only eat children because I'm a Vanderhob. Yep. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we are going to try to do this while... Who hurt you? Why are you like this? I'm kidding. Vanderhobs are nice. Okay, so Ezrin blue. Pour some out. Ooh, I don't recall using this one before. Oh, super clogged. Wow. Ooh, this is a bluey blue. Mix in some water. Oh. Ah! Switch the camera around the right way. Grab the right brush. And everybody cross your fingers. Lean in from the side. I don't even know if this is gonna work. The base is so dark. Oh, damn. Okay. Life happens. Filling in under the cloak, which again, bear with me, it's a hard part to get to. So we don't want this in those valleys. We want this on the ridges. Scoop it out, scoop it out, scoop it out. Okay, so while this is still pretty wet, we're going to quickly switch over. Desert sky. Which I didn't shake enough, I guess. Stir that up. And everybody wish me luck. This was nowhere near as successful as I'd hoped. And now we're dripping paint down too. Yikes. Brush. Try to drain out. I still think we're gonna come out looking pretty good with that. I might do, once we dry up a little bit more, I might do a pass in the crevices and it's backwards, but I've already kind of dropped the ball. Let's see what we can do. Finally finished that coffee. Iced coffee. I'm trying to drain some of that light blue that bled into those crevices. Hey, Roland. Yeah, are those Shrek ears? No, we're celebrating Banderhobtober. It's October, so make sure you go paint a mini. Banderhob eyes. Here I am a fool. But yeah, so FryMinis.com. Click on and then go on the shop and then download all of our Banderhob PDFs. So we've got a new one, the Bard subclass. Oh. I stepped on my foot with a stool. I've got a stool that when I'm sitting at the desk that I can put my feet on. Bander, heck yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's super fun. Go check them out. They're all free, of course. And you can join us. Well, you know, Discord. But what we're looking at today, we're painting minis. Check out the description of the video for 15% off from onlygames.co. You can get minis printed and sent right to you. It's very cool, I think. All right, so we're kind of dry. Let me come back top. So we're just bringing in a little more blue on the top of the lighter blue. Making sure we don't have much on the brush. Trying to do clean, straight through strokes. Okay. I did hurt my foot. And we'll let that dry a little bit more and then we'll do one more. I think one more coat. They look exactly like the eyes on the shirt he is wearing, drawn by Savis here on Instagram. This one we put a hat on because this was what we used for the Path of the Banderhob Barbarian. And made by me, and again, flawlessly executed. Yes, Julie. And with how much Eric's head is in the way of the camera, it's nice to switch it up with some green instead of just his hair. I know, I need to get better. We'll get there. Okay, so go download all the free Banderhob stuff and get your Banderhob mini started so you can win free PDFs. So you can win, if you're a patron, just $5 a month, you can win gift cards instead of PDFs. Wonderful Banderhob swag. Yeah. All right. I think we're ready for another coat. Picking up that blue. And we're crossing our fingers. Oh, we are not dry enough yet. But we're committed, right? Yeah, any smoothness we had in now. It's now totally gone. So we're gonna add a little water to the paint. We're gonna try to see too much. Again. Trying to take some off at this point. Yeah, this was a good example of how not to do blending. Roland, also there is a half-breed idea for you. Half Vanderhob, half halfling. Vanderhobbit. Hairy webbed feet, second breakfast of cheese and croissants. Yeah. Alright. This is looking a little better in person than on camera. Okay, I'm comfortable with that. I'll do one more swoop on the side though. I want the edge to really stand out in her frame when you're looking at her front on. All right, that works for me. Yeah, okay. Those blues are so pretty, thank you. Flutes, just realized this is Donkey Kong Country remix music, a stream of color. I am using Stream Beats, so hopefully it's not Donkey Kong, I guess. Or if they're allowed to do that, I don't know. Yeah, this is the Stream Beats Hi-Fi playlist. Alright, so I think we're good with our reds. Our blues are looking alright. Let's do a little highlighting on our cape. Flesh that out. I'm gonna grab an orange. I don't think I have an orange. One sec. All right. I love Donkey Kong Country. I didn't hear it until you said, "Don't use my pumpkin orange." No, I would never use your paints. Donkey Kong Country was the first game I partially purchased with my own money. My parents said they'd pay for half. That's a cool story. So we're gonna try. I'm not sure if this will work, but we're gonna try another Pathfinder one. Chevalier Orange. We're also clogged up over here. So everybody, here's your favorite part. This is what happens if you only eat cheese for like a week in a row. Don't do that. I listen to video game lo-fi remixes on a regular basis. That's cool. I can't say that I know video game songs well enough to recognize the songs, I guess. And I don't play a ton of video games, so... But that sounds super cool. Alright. So, first we're going to try to come in and hit all these tufts. This might be too much. We'll see. Wow. All right. What video games do you play, Eric? So right now, I play Baldur's Gate 3, eternally waiting for the game to actually release. I played Halo Infinite at launch, but then realized that it's the worst Halo game ever made. Or at least executed. Like, the gameplay I thought was really good for Infinite, but the support was terrible. I play Solitaire on my iPad and my phone. And that's really all I play anymore. I just don't have a lot of video game time. But I used to play all the like RPG. If it was an RPG game, if it was a D&D game, if it was the original Baldur's Gate. The original Baldur's Gate was my introduction to video, or into D&D. Pokemon. Julie ordered for me the new Pokemon Violet. I look forward to playing that. And I hope that's fun. I'm going to add a little yellow. Julie did play Animal Crossing. Yeah. I just told her about Disney Dreamlight Valley last night. It's a coworker is playing it. That's funny. Flutes. I don't play video games much anymore. My son likes it when I play Smash Bros. With him. Yeah, that's a fun one to jump into every once in a while. My wife and I know a lot of people are like hardcore about that. You are familiar. Yeah, because I told you about that. It is like The Sims, but with Disney characters in there. So we're going to try to do a little yellow highlight on top of that orange. Oh, geez, we're clogged on everybody today. Great. I think Animal Crossing with Disney characters and storyline missions. Yep. I just don't care about the Disney characters. Agreed. Except for Marvel and Star Wars, I guess. Okay, so let's switch back. So we've got a little ogre skin. Not sure if we're gonna need this, but we're gonna try it, at least on the tops. Yeah, I think that looks pretty fun. It's more dramatic on camera, I will say. Got this one little blob I'm gonna clean up. Bye. Okay, now this blue is totally dry. I want to do one more pass on it, just to try to thin us stream, like get us less blocky. Not feeling good about that. Actually, you know what? We're gonna switch up. We're gonna do a little cross-hatchy style with it. We're gonna do some horizontal. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I hope so. Just enough to distract. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Let's do that one more time. We're going to mix in a little bit of the darker blue this time too. I hope this is giving us like a velvet look. I'm not sure. I think it looks good in person, and we'll go with that. Thanks. All right. So I guess we should do some armor cleanup now. And we got to do that whole, fix that whole neck bit. I'm going to grab the silver. Had what I wanted. I'm gonna use Crusader silver, so it'll be pretty bright. Looks great. Gotta go. Catch y'all later. Thanks, Roland. Go paint some Vanderhobs. Okay, so first up, let's fix our neck armor situation that I thought was shirt. Let's see if this even works. The danger of using the silver is that it's not super... It doesn't have great coverage. And so for the stuff we want, with the black, it's going to be perfect. Damn it. All right. So maybe we're just gonna give all the armor silver coat. Let's just do that. So this should just be generally thin enough still keep some of that contrastiness with it. He says as he obliterates part of it. So maybe we'll just do a wash on top of this. I don't know why this silver has turned so thick all of a sudden. But it is absolutely not following the plan. Watering down metallics is usually not a good idea, but we're going to try it. The gold axe. And we can paint over it if we need to. So this is what we were going for with the silver. This is just to give us our little shine. And I'm not sure why we were successful at the start, then it fell apart. But that's just the fun part, right? We will absolutely need to do a wash. Alright, well, we're not too bad off I mean, we're not where we wanted to be, but that's life, right? The worst part is we just obliterated that stomach area. That was when we had to paint the thickest. A little sloppy with a little bit of that turtleneck. That's okay. All right. So we're going for it, right? Let's grab that gold. You know which one I want. Our fan favorite, cursed gold. And we're gonna start with a little water in it since I don't trust anything today. High collar top. It like has like folds. Look on the website. Click on the link in the description for onlygames.co and you'll see it's got a. I think it's like a turtleneck. Oh my god! Even watered down. Y'all, today is not my day. A cowl or a scarf, okay. Yeah, and this will help once. I think we're just gonna have to do a dark wash on the whole thing. Okay, now we'll do a little wrap on there. Well, we're going to let it dry a little bit more, and then we'll use some Brine Brown. In the meantime, Vanderhoptober. This is Tiamat. This is the aspect of Tiamat. Smaller one. I like it. The color is so good. Brine Brown. This has been a long stream, huh? Brown. We started at what, 1 o'clock? 3 hours? Just a good gray beige. Agreed. Alright, so we're just waiting for that gold to dry out. What else do we have in the chat? I see we've got a couple of people watching. Please don't feel any shame on this, but it is hard to talk to yourself for hours on end. This is a lot more fun with an active chat. All right, we are dry enough. Let's switch over. A little of that brine wind brown. Where's our shot? Right there. And we're gonna do our best to try to trace out these wraps. So we're actually just gonna kind of paint the whole handle. And then we'll do kind of zigzaggies. Got just a bit of paint, built a bridge. Even Eric, the chattiest, yeah, I'm just not great at chatting with myself, but let's see if we can get there. So we're gonna come back with some, oh, we still have some nut brown we're gonna use. And this is where we're gonna try to get our kind of wrap look. I don't know if we were super successful in this one either. But that's good enough for what we're trying to do. All right. So we're going to do a little dry brushing on that base now. Let me grab that tan. We're going to use Graveyard Bone. If you're not familiar with dry brushing, that's where we put some paint on a piece of paper towel or on a brush or whatever, and then we brush off 95% of it, 99% of it, literally just like this. we come over to our mini. And we just do this. So what that does, that catches those raised edges. Gives us back a little bit of highlights on there. And for this particular situation, gives us a little more of that cream that we wanted for these bones. And yes, bone cream does sound awesome. All right. That got us where we wanted to go. Okay, so now we need to do some wash to bring back some of that armor accent color stuff. One sec. I'll be right back. All right, so we are going to come over to dark tone. Well, we are gonna. I think we're gonna end up putting this on the base too. This is dark tone, so this is Army Painter. This is a very dark shade. It's going to darken out our armor, make us a little spookier. Bring out some detail. Alright, so we're just pouring it in a cup. Way more than we need, of course. And so what this will do is this will give us a little bit of a unifying look too between everything. So between the gold and the silver, this will help the mini look like it's in a place. So you see what we're doing already with that? So it'll look less like it's just, here's a bunch of paint. Here's a creature. Like, have you ever seen like a bad green screen where everything's like one color temperature, and then this one random bit, this person like green screened in like bluish or reddish, whatever, it doesn't match. What this does is that kind of flattens us out across the board. So if we're successful, we're just applying this to her armor. I'd rather not get it on her and her clothes and stuff, but we'll see what we can do. This is the right decision. I think washes with metallics are always a good idea. put it on her clothes. Same reason. We're not going to do the cape, though. I think we're going to have the cape stand out on its own. Sometimes people call a shade skill in a bottle. And, I mean, obviously I'm using shade, so I don't begrudge anybody that does, but definitely helps. I mean, that's looking pretty cool, right? I think so. I think this has been successful. Okay, do we do it on the base? I'm gonna say yes, we do it on the base. Because now she's dark and the base is bright. So I think that actually pulls away from, because your eyes go to the bright part, right? And we got plenty of wash to spare since I have no bottle control. Alright. And we might do a little dry brush on top of it, I'm not sure. Okay. Oh yeah, no. I wasn't. You're good. Okay. I think she looks pretty solid. Cloak is kind of fun. It's not nearly as smooth as I would have liked. I will fully. Let's clean up that red just a little bit. We dare do highlights on top of the wash? Say we dare. And that red will calm down. Oh man. That'll clean up. So we're bringing in back just a little bit of silver and a couple of like the straight, like the zenithal brooch. Not a zenithal highlight, but a fake one. All right. I think we are good, absolutely, for a 3-foot mini. Is this going to go out and win any awards? No. Is this going to look awesome on the table? Yes. Julie, are you busy or do you want to come do another Vanderhob shout out? If you are, that's okay. Oops. Got a little paint on my desk. Oh, and you can see it in person if you want. But if you are busy, no worries. Woo! You spooked me.
Sorry.
There you go. Tell me what you think.
Hello again. Oh, wow. Thank you. I think it looks great. The red that like pops in her shirt that makes her look like not a Star Trek red shirt, but a like person of importance and royal value on the battlefield, but not so much that she stands out. The cape looks great. I agree with you. The blending could have been a little bit smoother,
Yeah.
but I like it. I love the detail on the fur. I think the red shadowed really beautifully.
That's, I think, my best part of the whole thing.
I agree with you. It looks fantastic. Her face looks really good.
I'm happy with the face.
You should be. It's really excellent. The eyes turned out great. Her axe is gold.
I know. Whatever.
No, I really like this. And
Her name could be Vartruda Gold Axe.
Vartruda Gold Axe, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.
With her family's golden axe.
Her family's golden axe with amazing scully details on it. Yeah. This looks great.
People have dropped off. I guess we're down to 2.
It might just be me on 3 different devices. That's okay. This has been a long stream.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, but people don't say it. Whatever. We're not getting into it. Okay. So if you're watching this, cool. Thanks. Glad you're here. Check out only-games.co. We've got links in the description. I had a lot of fun painting this. It was not my most successful mini, but I'm very happy with it overall.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna actually put together a video of this painting process and maybe the mummy one instead. We'll find out. But yeah, Vanderhobtober, check it out. Go have fun. Download some PDFs. I can't wait to finally watch Brian's video. And
It's really fun.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Game Masters on YouTube.
Yep. Cool. Okay, I think that will wrap us up. If you want to have fun, we're down to 1.
Hit me.
Join us at discord.gg/FryMinis.
And thank you to all of our rewatchers. If you stuck around this long, you get a gold star.
Jerry Murphy!
Jerry!
Jerry's MVP.
Through and through.
Thank you. All right.
Happy Vanderhobtober!
Bye.